So with our lovely Miss P, we're going to see if we can do a little bit with the beginning stages of some loose leash walking. I know right now she's off her gear, but we're going to see if anytime she comes near and sort of near my leg, nice job, I'm going to go ahead and feed Miss P for that lovely check-in. She's not necessarily going for all of the different snacks that I have, and she's actually a little bit intrigued with going and sniffing the environment. So when you're starting off with some of these behaviors, oh, now she's going and trying something. We might have to try some of those snacks again. I think she went for one of the freeze-dried snacks that I had. So Millie, I'm sorry, see now I'm stuck on Millie. Poppy, because we were just talking about poor Miss Lovely and then getting all confused with my lovely ladies. So if Miss P is much more into the pats and the caresses, then you can definitely use praise and touch as a reinforcement as well. We just want to make sure that it's, again, she finds it appealing enough to use as sometimes motivation for certain tasks. So we might, for example, get her to start targeting being by my side. Nice, ready? Poppy. Nice, good girl. So we're just warming up a little bit with some name recognition. So if Miss P is more of a, again, the touch scenario, every time she comes and visits, I'm going to give her some of that lovey time and see if she can bounce back in. So again, she's going to meander. Nice. Poppy. Good girl. Nice job. So she's got some gorgeous name recognition, which is splendid. So every time she comes and checks back in, we give some affection. She's like, hold on, lady, now I got an itch. I know, sometimes it's awkward when you wear your harness and it's a little bit tickly sometimes. Nice job. So lovely shake off. So again, another way to reboot or kind of get themselves to either calm themselves or the environment. Ready? Poppy. She's like, hold on, I smell something interesting. Oh, she's went and grabbed another little snack. Good girl. So we see Poppy. Yes, nice job. So I'm going to see if she maybe wants to go for a little bit of the food. Good job. And she's like, no, I'd rather just the loveys. Okay, that's still very nice. Good job, cuteness. And just like I mentioned earlier, don't worry if her first time in the program is not always as fluid as some of the other pups. I know I mention this all the time in class. Nice job. Is to don't compare your dog to another. So remember, we're dealing with all different life stages. We're dealing with all different breeds. We're dealing with different life experiences or lack thereof. So sometimes what your puppy is then struggling with could be something that someone else's puppy is not having a hard time with. So remember, just like with us as people, there's going to be certain things that one person gravitates towards really easily, and maybe something that someone else has to really work hard at. Nice job, Miss P. So even if, let's say, Miss P brings over a toy and she goes and does some play, I want her to think that, again, coming here can be just comfortable, not overwhelming, but also can be a fun way to start building some of these new skills and associations. So if going and chewing and licking on an item helps her sort of lower that stress and boost the serotonin and dopamine, that's going to still be very beneficial for the training journey that we're going to be on with her. So right there, nice. She took some of the food that's on the floor now. Oh, maybe one is better than the other, she says. So ready? Maybe she prefers more of the cheese products. Nice. Great job, cuteness. Ready? Poppy. Nice. I'll see if she wants to go for it. Oh, good. We're taking some food now. That is very exciting, Miss P. So for our lovely lady, as she's now getting more into the groove, I'm going to go ahead and, as we're meandering, if let's say I all of a sudden change my direction and she gets lost or a little distracted, I might go, Poppy. Oh, good. She's picking up some of the other crumbs. Yes. Nice job, cuteness. And right into feeding one of those little crumbs. Oh, she's doing a good job. So right now I'm just feeding her for any time she either checks in for her name, even if she on her own comes to visit me, I want her to start thinking that moving into my space has value. And I've got an itchy armpit, she says. We might adjust her harness because she's probably grown since the last time she wore it, and she's already winded. Poppy, nice, good girl. She's like, oh my gosh, getting back up. Good job, cuteness. See if you like that one. She's like, no, I don't know if I like the round snacks. All right, ready? She's like, no, I need to take my harness off. So remember how I mentioned about some displacement behaviors? She could just feel that the harness is a bit awkward if she doesn't wear it that often. Oh my goodness, chewing is optional. But if, let's say, for example, she's always kind of scratching at herself, especially like in novel environments or situations that are a little trying for her, that could again be a sort of displacement behavior where she's not necessarily itchy per se, but itching makes her feel more comfortable. So almost like someone playing with the pen and constantly like clicking it, or for others, sometimes playing with their hair or tapping their foot. It can be a little bit of a stress signal, but it's not, again, one of those situations where like, oh my gosh, she's unable to cope, she's shutting down, because she's starting to take food much more readily. She's going and exploring the environment, moving away from me, coming back. And she's actually now scavenging and going and grabbing the tidbits of some of the snacks that were left out earlier. Poppy! She's like, hold on, there's some really good ones. And maybe if she's more of a beef girl, ready? We can use some of those bad boys. Poppy! Yes, nice job, cuteness. She's like, no, I'd rather chew my bone. Here we go. Nice job checking in. So for our lovely Miss P, there are at times noises in the building, and I've noticed she's a little bit sensitive with weird sounds from her perspective. So sometimes my neighbors are moving things in the building or the spaces next to me. Other times there are the airplanes and the trucks coming by and the train. So Miss P is still getting a little bit more comfortable with the weirdness that is the building. So at times, if she seems to look a little bit unsure, she does sometimes pick up on some of those sounds that are maybe a little harder for us to hear over the video, but then she notices them and is a little bit unsure. So if there's moments where your puppy is uncertain about something, always think, what could I do that might be easier for them, and see if you can bring them to that sort of practice moment instead. If it was way past their comfort range, you don't want to keep rocking something and have your puppy be flooded or bombarded by the situation, because remember, that might create more, ready, Poppy? Oh my goodness, chewing is so hard. It might create more learned helplessness moments. So right now, yes, she's like, no, I really am so tired. Oh my goodness, you poor munchkin. So obviously WrestleMania with her two new friends was a bit trying, but we're going to continue working through some more skill sets. I know that proper hellos, working on that mouthing. We're going to dive into some more of that as we're building some more of this comfort and confidence as well. But maybe we'll give our lovely Miss P a little breather, take a little nap, and then we'll rotate through some of the beauties, okay? But very nice job, Miss P. Here you go, cuteness. But for her first day, really nice job.